Grounds for the second half of this Limerick Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. John Keogh here for Sporting Limerick, joined in the studio by Matt O'Callaghan of the Weekly Observer, Vale Star. Matt, we were discussing before, at the end of the first half, how are Moreau Borr going to get back into it? They don't seem to have made any early changes as we get set to start the second half. A mountain to climb, no doubt. How do you see him getting back into it, or indeed do you see them getting back into it?
I think it's going to be very difficult, if I'm honest, John. Like their performance, it was below their own standard, no question, in the first half, and how they're going to reclaim that and recapture it, because Killmallock are really up for it. Like Killmallock have a point to prove, of course, you see, since the defeat by Doon the last day, and as I said there during our halftime analysis, that Kilmallock will want to take the maximum out of this game, and they'll want to take the maximum amount of momentum and confidence out of this game with Napier here in 7 days' time.
As we get underway, it's Darren Dunlea with a ball into the full forward line, and straight away, as we discussed in the half, at half time, the direct approach is Shawnee Tobin now inside to Dylan Sheehan left that behind him. O'Loughlin loses possession. He has Dan Joy behind him. Joy takes a step and flicks it across here to the unmarked Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell now left-sided. High ball into the corner, looking for Graham Mulcahy. Probably has a bit too much pace for it. It does indeed, but Murroe Boher, it was a good start, a good attack. More directives, which is what we've been asking for from them. But ultimately, a pass went to Ryan. Kilmallock come away with the ball.
Yeah, it floundered on an unforced error. And you just could see Kilmallock when they turned it over, the way the passes went. Kevin O'Donnell, he looked up. His first instinct was get it to the danger man. Now he overcooked it. It went out over the sideline. But this is the graphic difference that's between these two teams. Is that Kilmallock are wanting to get into the danger men as quickly as possible. Moreau Boher are too laboured and too ponderous about getting it.
Back with play now, and there's a ruck around the middle of the park there, but it's Moreau to come away with it through Dermot Burns, their captain, to Conor Burns, blocked down by Robbie Hanley. Hanley pulls, but it's won by Moreau Boher. It's flicked away inside to Dermot Burns again. Burns out the wing here, has passed half blocked, and it's Paddy O'Loughlin, and it's Paddy O'Brien with the possession. Paddy lines up on its tail into the left, and it's wide from Paddy. He'll be a bit disappointed with that one. Indeed, there has been a sub at half-time for Kilmallock, I'm just noticing. Robbie Egan is on the field. I'm not quite sure who's gone off as of yet. Matt will have a look at that, and we'll stay with play for the moment. It's Moreau Boher, a long puck out, looking for Pat Tobin, but it's Paddy O'Loughlin with it. O'Loughlin shows and goes, takes on his man and beats him and lays the ball off to Kevin O'Donnell. It's not the best of passes, but O'Donnell comes out with the ball anyway. Faces a big hit from Ross Kennedy, the Moreau Borr midfielder, but the ball is played down the line looking for Graham Mulcahy, but it's Brian Timmins that nearly come away from it. Ball comes to Mulcahy. Goal chance here for Paddy O'Brien. Can he put it away? Yes, he can. Low finish into the corner of the net. Moreau Boher had possession, lost it. Brilliantly punished by Graham Mulcahy. He took control, lays the ball off to Paddy O'Brien, and as clinical a finish, Matt, as you're going to get from a classy outfit.
A clinical finish, absolutely simplistic in the build-up. Just laid it off, looked up, saw his man. Graham Mulcahy again making an impact. We sometimes look to him for what's his scoring tally, but like his contribution to the team performance is always pretty good as well. So look, he was directly responsible for the creation of that goal. You asked me a while ago, Robbie Egan has come on. It's good to see that he has put the injury behind him, and it would appear to me that he has replaced Mike Houlihan.
Indeed it is Mike Houlihan who's gone off the field as Gavin O'Mahony launches a long free at goal. It's a beauty from O'Mahony, straight over the black spot, just 5 metres from his own 45 metre line. Gavin, long before he retired as from the Limerick player, when he started out his Limerick career, he used to take the long range frees, Matt. That proves he hasn't lost any of that ability. No,
he hasn't lost that touch, and it comes back again, and at the risk of being repetitive, like the placing of Gavin O'Mahony at centre half back, it may have been enforced due to the injury, maybe, or whatever, of Mark O'Loughlin. But it certainly is something that has certainly worked for Kilmallock today. There was a point picked off there, nice point picked off by Michael Ryan for Moreau Boher.
Fine score from Mikey Ryan there as Aaron Kennedy's pass. He picked up Aaron Kennedy's pass. Lovely pass from Aaron Kennedy, cross field. Ryan took possession and with consummate ease tapped it over. Now that's 4 minutes into the second half of this Senior Hurling Championship quarter final. Kilmallock lead Moreau Boher 3-12 to 8 points as they're on the attack again. It's Robbie Egan's first touch of the ball since he come on, and Robbie Egan taps that one over, Matt. Maybe, as you said, we before the game we saw him come off against Doon a couple of weeks ago. Maybe back to full fitness and has come out with maybe a point to prove in the second half.
Yeah, point to prove, because at this stage, guys there will be fighting for places. You have to say like that the goal, it has finally killed off any vestige of or trace of hope that there was for, I'd say, for Moreau Borr at this stage. They're trailing by a massive 13 points. Yeah.
Trailing by 14 points, Matt.
Yeah, and like you cannot see any way back with the way Killmallock are playing.
From Jack Casey, it's going absolutely nowhere, and it's Paddy O'Loughlin with possession. O'Loughlin strikes it. He finds Robbie Egan. In fact, it's not. It's Kevin O'Donnell with possession here. O'Donnell inside to Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy will take the shot on. Mulcahy strikes and Mulcahy puts it over the bar. Now 3-14 to 8 points, and Murroe Boher's task gets more difficult with each score that Kilmallock tap over. It's all too easy for Kilmallock at this stage as Gavin Ryan finds Seamus Hickey with a sharp puck out. Hickey plays inside to Dylan Sheehan back inside to Hickey, who continued his run on to Aaron Kennedy. Kennedy now on the attack from Moreau Borr. Kennedy gets the shot away. Looks to be a decent effort from Aaron Kennedy. That's a fine score from Moreau Boher. Arguably their best of the game so far as Jason O'Mahony takes a Kilmallock player. I think it may have been Robbie Hanley who may have connected with Seamus Hickey as he moved forward with possession there off the ball. Either way, it's Barry Hennessy ready to restart things here as he looks at his options downfield. It's going to be a long one from Barry. Plays it down looking for Paddy O'Brien down this right hand side. That one has gone miles. It's gone right into the full forward line. It's Paddy O'Brien with possession. Moreau Borr do well to stem the Kilmallock attack momentarily, at least. Anyways, Mulcahy looks to gain possession. It's Timmins that comes out with it, but it's Jake Mulcahy who eventually wins the ball and plays a 50-yard pass all the way back to Paddy O'Loughlin in midfield. O'Loughlin strikes a beauty of a ball across, looking for Robbie Egan. He was met by Matthew Hanley, but it's Egan who will get to the ball first, and Egan is well dispossessed by Hanley, to be fair, but Egan wins it back, and Hanley then wins it back himself. It's back with Egan, back inside to Oisin O'Reilly. O'Reilly again will look for someone over this side. It's Jake Mulcahy. Mulcahy with a lovely flick to Phelim O'Reilly. Beautiful skill from Mulcahy. Sadly, Phelim O'Reilly's finish isn't good enough. It hits the post. But Matt O'Callaghan is next to me smiling after that little bit of a set to with possession over on the far side as Matthew Hanley eventually gets the ball in his hand and clears it upfield. And Moreau Boher on the attack again. It's Jack Casey with the ball. He's met by Aaron Costello, but it's Casey gets his pass away to Shawnee Tobin. All too frequent on the ball as Shawnee Bean. That's not down to him. Moreau Boher haven't been able to find him enough, but he's won a free here. It's a free, he'll more than likely known Shawnee will tap it over. Matt, a bit of entertainment down that far side.
It was, but it was skillful entertainment actually. It just shows the beautiful game that hurling is, and the skill factor. I think the recovery of Robbie Egan is what amused me. And he recovered with such ease and showed such skill for a big man that has just come on the field.
As Shawnee Tobin taps that one wide. It's a rare miss from Shawnee after 8 minutes in the second half of the first game of our double header live on sportinglimerick.com and on our YouTube channel. It's second up at 3:45 p.m. We've Patrickswell versus South Liberties, hoping for a better, more even game than what we've seen so far in the Gaelic Grounds as Kilmallock have a free for a push on Paddy O'Brien. It's Darren Dunlea that the man adjudged have fouled Paddy O'Brien by referee Jason O'Mahony, but it's Kilmallock leading now 3-14 to 9 points. Their place pretty much effectively assured in the semi-final next week, and what a semi-final that's going to be, Matt. The Piercy waiting, not in the long grass because they've qualified top of the group, but all wins, but Kilmallock knew at this stage if they were going to win the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship this year, they were going to have to beat beat the Piercy.
Yeah, they'll have known that. They're able to play in the Piercy. they drew with Napiershik when they met here in the group stages. But I think this will do a show for Kilmallock's confidence. But down under us here at the moment as we speak, John, are South Liberties and Patrickswell in their respective dressing rooms, and I'm just wondering what thoughts are going through their heads. They're all right, they're coming out playing a quarter final. Patrickswell from the same stable as Kilmallock, South Liberties from the same stable as Murroe Boher, and as we see now that there's 15 points. South Liberties, what are they saying to themselves down there? What are Patrickswell? We saw Gary Kirby down here in the line earlier on, taking in a bit of the first half of this game. I think he will have a certain amount of confidence now when he sees like how this game has transpired. That's a long range free. I think that was hit by
Gavin O'Mahony once again, Matt, and before that we had Paddy O'Brien score as well for Kilmallock as Moreau Boher come away with possession. Kieran O'Connor is also on the Kilmallock side, we've noticed from half time as well. I think it's Dan Joy that's left the field. In fact, no, it's not. Dan Joy's in front of us. Either way, it's Ross Kennedy, or it's not, it's Dylan Sheehan with the ball for Murroe Boher, onto Ross Kennedy and inside to Mikey Ryan. It's Murroe Boher need goals and it's balls across to Jack Casey. Casey now with possession, trying to use his side. He's not going to be able to do that with Philip O'Loughlin. He's a similar man in stature and has played out to Conor Burns, but now it's Shawnee Tobin with the ball. And Tobin, off he goes. He's dragged back. It's another free chance for him. And Matt O'Callaghan, it's desperate as no Murroe Boher at this stage. There's no point in them going for points. They need goals.
No, they need. Shawnee needs to have a pot at it, but you would have to say that I think he's going to take a point the way he's crouched over it, which he is. But getting back there to the Kieran O'Connor actually has replaced Penny Burke.
And there's going to be another sub here for Kilmallock as Mark O'Loughlin replaces Dan Joy. He'll operate in the corner back position with Dan Joy, and it's Dan Joy, Aaron Costello, and as Matt mentioned, Kieran O'Connor, who come in for Benny Burke. Scoreline now 3-16 to 10 points in Kilmallock's favour against Moreau Borr, as Dan Joy is clapped off the field by the Kilmallock mentors and their supporters. It's a long one from Barry Hennessy. Brian Timmins gets a hurley too. It'll be a Kilmallock sideline cut down near the city end of the Gaelic Grounds. Mulcahy in absolutely no rush to take this, and why would he be with his side? And mounted to climb, as we've already mentioned. Moreau Boher trailing 3-16 to 10 points. It's going to be his brother Jake to take this one. And Matt, even though it's an acute enough angle, one that Jake is capable of putting over.
He's quite capable. He put one over against Doon at a crucial stage when Kilmallock were coming back into it. He opted to pass it this time.
That's Oisin O'Reilly with possession back to Jake Mulcahy. Jake decides to give a crossfield ball looking for Robbie Egan. It's Egan who'll get possession, but he flicks it back inside. But it's good marking from Matthew Hanley. And Matthew Hanley, Matt, it has to be said, has been one of the more prominent Moreau Boher players today.
Well, he has got an awful lot of work, because he was first of all faced with Phelim O'Reilly, and now he's faced with Robbie Egan, and he's giving inches to both of them.
Moreau Boher come away with the possession now. Ball down the line looking for Shawnee Tobin, but it's O'Loughlin that comes away with it. It's Mark O'Loughlin just on the field, even though he's wearing number 5. He didn't start. And a ball played by Aaron Costa looking for Paddy O'Loughlin, but it's Graham Mulcahy back inside his own 45 metre line looking to win possession. It's Costello that wins it now. Kevin O'Donnell for Kilmallock inside to Aaron Costello. It's a rare sojourn up the field for Aaron Costello, and a shot on goal from Aaron Costello. That's a superb score from the cornerback, showing his talent there. Superb effort from Costello, well worked move from Kilmallock. And Matt, they're by far and away the better team, and they're showing it on every occasion to get a chance to go forward.
No doubt at all about it. And 'tis an absolute fine performance by Kilmallock now. All right, Moreau Boher on the day have been poor, but nobody could argue but that Kilmallock are totally on top. Now we have a dangerous situation here.
It's Robbie Egan clean through and goals. Egan has put it wide, but it's a free in. He was playing advantage. It was a good move again, set up by Paddy O'Brien. Another brilliant Kilmallock move. Egan stepped his man clean through. He opted to bat it rather than take a full strike. He probably had more time than he realised. Thought someone was up on his back, there wasn't. Either way, he'd been fouled in the build up to that. Paddy O'Brien will have the chance. a goal chance missed by Robbie Egan all the same.
It's a goal chance missed, but to a certain degree you'd have to credit Gavin Ryan, the goalkeeper, because he made him think right up, and you know that as a goalkeeper, like he certainly narrowed the options for him. Now Paddy O'Brien is going to tap over the free, but I would just like to refer back to one thing there, John. You spoke about the excellent point there that was got by Aaron Costello, and it was, and like Aaron Costello has been one of the most underrated and underspoken about defenders in the Limerick game for the last couple of years. He has been remarkably consistent, absolutely. His performance, he never lets the side down, and it was great to see him coming up there and getting a point, but he brings so much as a defender, like as left corner back. He has really made that position his own. He's one of the finest defenders in the county, no question about it.
There's Costello's long ball there that's tried to launch another attack for Kilmallock, showing his versatility in his play. He can defend, but he can launch attacks and he can score, as we've just seen as well. As Kilmallock come away with the ball again. It's Kieran O'Connor with the pass, looking for Robbie Egan, but Darren Dunlee's on Robbie Egan's back, and it's Dunlee, but brilliant pressure from Robbie Egan. It's every time that Moreau Borr tried to come away with the ball, they're met by a couple of Kilmallock players, and it's Graham Mulcahy this time. He'd spotted the run on the left hand side. It's a chance here for Philip O'Loughlin, and Philip O'Loughlin taps over another score, 3-19 to 10 points. Only 15 minutes of the second half played. It's a long afternoon here for Murroe Boher, and it's not going to get any easier as time goes on, as Seamus Hickey takes the puck, Gavin Ryan short puck out and finds Ross Kennedy. Ross Kennedy's pass to Mikey Ryan, maybe a chance now for Dylan Sheehan. Dylan Sheehan will certainly take on Aaron Costello. He beats Costello with superb pace, over carries the ball up, blatantly didn't need to do it. He had other options available. Kilmallock defenders came in around him, but still had other options. Sheehan took the wrong one, and it's kind of it shows the kind of depth between the teams, or the dirt between the teams, I should say. When if that was Kilmallock, the right option would have been taken, but Moreau Borr have shown they haven't the ability at this stage, on a year back up in senior at this level.
Yeah, I suppose that in many ways typifies the type of performance that Murroe Boher have put on here today. But it was good work to get into the position that he got into for Dylan Sheehan, and all right, you could say he took the wrong option, but there were few options. There were very few making themselves available.
Indeed, Matt's right on that one, as Moreau Boher win a free over on the far side. It's Mikey Ryan that's been fouled. Difficult chance for Shawnee Tobin, who's coming over to the far side to take this free. At this stage, Shawnee might, you'd imagine he'd drop the ball in and around the square, but there's only 3 Moreau Boher men around the square, and not exactly the biggest men on the field. Mikey Ryan, Ross Kennedy and Pat Tobin, but it's Shawnee to take it either way. And Shawnee lines this one up on his left hand side this time. Strikes it high. Just looking, it's over the bar from Shawnee Tobin. A fine free from him. Cuts Kilmallock's lead to 3-19 to 11 points. Good score from Shawnee Tobin as Barry Hennessy relaunches play here. Relaunches another Kilmallock attack. And it's an easy pass to Robbie Hanley, who had at least 30 yards of room, but Hanley couldn't take possession. And it was Seamus Hickey who won possession from Moreau Boher. On to Darren Dunlee, now it's Aaron Kennedy. Kennedy flicks one inside, but it's easily read by Aaron Costello. And just to emphasise Matt's point, showing his reading and his ability to read the game there, as Paddy O'Loughlin strikes one downfield. It's an easy one for Robbie Hanley to take possession of, and Robbie Hanley won't miss those chances. Every day of the week he'll tap them over the bar. Now we're at 3-20 to 11 points, 48 minutes played, as there's another sub here from Moreau Boher onto the field. It's Pat Tobin that's coming off for them, and it's Owen Horrigan on. Strange one to see Pat Tobin coming on with 12 minutes left, Matt, but at this stage it's probably Moreau Boher's chance to give some young fellas give some younger players a bit of experience at this level, because the game is long gone.
Yeah, I suppose really Moreau Boher and probably on damage limitation since the third goal by Paddy O'Brien. As we speak, Robbie Egan nonchalantly sends over the 21st point. As I did say at half time, I think John Bruder will probably be delighted with the performance, delighted with the win, but he would have much preferred a stiffer challenge.
As Horrigan tries to get into play straight away, he's been blown up for handling the ball on the ground under pressure from Aaron Costello. There'll be another free here as Paddy O'Brien's coming out from his full forward position to take it. It's between Gavin O'Mahony was also going to have a look at it, but it's Paddy O'Brien that will take it here in front of us.
Yeah, I'd say Paddy will be very happy with his, without wanting to put the commentators cursing him with this long one. He'll be happy with his return from frees. Now, the two that he missed, they were long range. They were into a tricky breeze, as we can see, and certainly a stiff breeze. But he has otherwise been flawless.
And that's another one from Paddy O'Brien. It looks to be good from our angle here. It is. It's straight over the black spot. So Matt didn't put the commentator's curse on him. It's another score for Paddy O'Brien and Kilmallock. With 15 minutes played now, they lead 3-22 to 11 points against Moreau Boher in the first of Sporting Limerick's live streaming game. The double header here at Kilmallock, second quarter final, will be at 3:45 p.m. between Patrickswell and South Liberties as Kilmallock win another free, hoping for a tighter game in that second quarter final here. Matt, we may even start talking about that as the free is brought forward by Jason O'Mahony for a bit of verbals by the Murroe Boher team. It'll be Paddy O'Brien to take again. We will be hoping for a better game. You've already mentioned it in the second half of this game. Will we see the same gulf? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. I suppose South Liberties are coming from very, very much the same situation as Moreau Borr, in that they only finished ahead of them on the head-to-head. Patrickswell, meanwhile, were certainly a good bit behind Killmallock and a good bit behind the Piercic, and are coming in on the back of two defeats. You probably won't see the same gulf, but you certainly wouldn't want to see the same gulf, because we're talking about a 21 point. It's not longer a gulf; it's a chasm at this stage. And I think Kilmallock are about to introduce two subs.
It's Killian Hayes and Owen Ryan about to come on, I think. Although it's Brian O'Sullivan listed in the programme, Matt. And wearing number 32, it's Brian O'Sullivan and Killian Hayes about to come in for Kilmallock. As Kevin O'Donnell lines up another sideline cut. They lead 3-23 to 11 points as O'Donnell looking to go short. In the end doesn't. He gives a ball in. It's straight down the throat of Seamus Hickey, and Hickey will come away with it from Moreau Borr. He plays it inside. Still in Sheehan with possession here. It's a low one from Sheehan inside to Mikey Ryan. Mikey Ryan now with from Moreau Boher. Gives the ball across, but it's straight into the hands of Kieran O'Connor, and away come Kilmallock with Paddy O'Loughlin. Paddy's ball perfect for Jake Mulcahy. Now Jake Mulcahy takes on the Moreau Board defences, isn't able to get the ball away, and it's mopped up by Diarmuid Burns to Seamus Hickey. Hickey now across to Matthew Hanley. Hanley takes on a couple of players before unloading the captain Conor Burns. Conor Burns' pass isn't great. It's Kevin O'Donnell who got a hurley to it, I thought anyway, but Martin Doherty thinks otherwise. The linesman down in front of us. Kilmallock having another attack. A superb ball down by Paddy O'Brien to Robbie Egan down the far side here. Egan plays the ball back. Another chance here for Kilmallock and Philip O'Loughlin looking for his second point of the game. That's going to tail to the right and well wide from a Kilmallock point of view, as those two subs that we mentioned still not getting a chance to come on. They're not on yet. Well, they've run onto the field, but Jason O'Mahony's telling them to leave as Moreau Boher look to go forward again, but it's won by Mark O'Loughlin there for Kilmallock. Kilmallock now come away again. It's Kieran O'Connor with possession. He's Paddy O'Brien in front of him. O'Connor looks to go on his own. He's fouled by a combination of Aaron Kennedy and Mikey Ryan, and now Kilmallock get to introduce both Brian O'Sullivan and Killian Hayes, and off the field are coming Robbie Hanley, and I think it's Phelan O'Reilly's the second man, and Matt. Both men can be very happy with their performances today.
Yeah, both can be very, very happy. No, it isn't actually Brian O'Sullivan. It's actually Owen Ryan that is wearing number 32, and Owen stepped down to playing junior this year, and he's back up now on the senior, and like it gives you an idea of the strength and in depth that Kilmallock have, and you look down there at the bench, and there are still people like Liam Walsh, who haven't got a chance. David Wolfe, exciting players. Anthony Barrett. You know, it gives you an idea what Kilmallock have at their disposal. Graham Mulcahy.
Chance here, another goal for Killmallock, and it's Jake Mulcahy buries it. It was his initial pass into his brother Graham. Graham was well marked, well dispossessed of possession. He tried to kick it towards goal. The loose ball fell to Jake, and from 10-11 yards out, Jake was never going to miss from there. 4:23 to 11 points, and it's a huge hammering from Moreau Borr, and they know now at this stage it's a harsh lesson for them, having qualified for this Limerick Senior Hurling Championship quarter final, having finished second in Group 2 of the championship behind the South Liberties. The dirt in class is very evident to anyone that's here in the Gaelic Grounds or anyone that's watching on sportinglimerick.com. As Murroe Boher come across again, it's Mikey Ryan, who's been a dangerous man when he's got the ball all game. It's brilliant defending by Aaron Costello again. He put the pressure on. Ryan got the shot away. It wasn't a full strike and left Barry Hennessy with a relatively easy stop to flick it out for a 65. But again, Aaron Costello shown his ability in getting in the right place at the right time, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said earlier on, his contribution very often goes unnoticed, but he is one of the key defenders in the Kilmallock team, and certainly, in my view, one of the best defenders around the county.
As Dylan Sheehan took a short one there, Dylan Sheehan's going to put it over the bar after taking the return pass, and that cuts Kilmallock's lead now to 4:23 to 12 points. That's 35 points to 12. That shows the difference in, it's just the difference in levels, I suppose, is all you could say, Matt, really. As we go back with play, as Barry Hennessy launches a puck out down towards Paddy O'Brien, it's won by Oisin O'Reilly. Been marked by Seamus Hickey, but Oisin O'Reilly chooses to go back 50 yards to Paddy O'Loughlin into Jake Mulcahy. Beautiful touch from Jake Mulcahy. He got a tip from Darren Dunlea. It's going to be a free in for Kilmallock on the Murroe Boher 65 metre line. But Matt, 35 points to 12. The idea of splitting and seeding the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship was to close the gap and not make it bigger. We're seeing in this quarter final that very much isn't the case, certainly from this game anyway.
No, you will say if you take the group stages, you're seeing the teams that were based on the group performance, the teams that finished 3rd and 8th. Moreau Boher finished 2nd in Group 2. And it's very, very hard to believe. And remember, Limerick are all Ireland champions. And the leading hurling county. And who's to say that the winners of the Limerick Championship won't add the club championship? They have been adding the Munster Championship pretty often recently, anyway, 5 out of the last 6 or 7. But it's hard to believe that there's such a disparity between the haves and the have-nots. The aim of the thing was to give clubs competitive games, that they'd play competitive games, and they would come into this phase of the competition well prepared. And I don't think it has happened. 4:24 to 12 points, and you would have to say, it reflects what we have been watching for the last almost 60 minutes.
Indeed it does, as Paddy O'Brien tapped over another free for Kilmallock, and it's Murroe Boher on the attack again with Dylan Sheehan, but his pass isn't good enough, and it's Killian Hayes coming away with the ball. Recently introduced sub to Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell wearing 19, but he started the game. Launches a long shot, high shot from his own 65 metre line. That's another fantastic score from Kevin O'Donnell. Stretches Kilmallock's lead to 4:25 to 12 points. 58 minutes on the clock, a couple of more minutes as Philip O'Loughlin next to have a go for Kilmallock, and this one is to the left and wide. I think Murroe Boher now are just waiting for Jason O'Mahony's final whistle to put an end to this drubbing, is the only way you could really describe it. As Gavin Ryan goes along with this one, aiming down the right hand side. It shows the strength of the wind that the ball only goes to midfield, but it's Robbie Egan winning possession for Kilmallock inside to Kevin O'Donnell. He's just scored one from long range. He's another go again, and it's an ability Kevin O'Donnell has to score points from long range, and it's another one over the bar from him. 4:26 to 12 points in favour of Kilmallock here at the Gaelic Grounds in the first of 2 quarter-finals being streamed live on sportinglimerick.com and on our YouTube channel. Second up at 3:45 p.m. is the clash of Patrickswell and South Liberties, and I already mentioned on several occasions in the second half. It's a game we're hoping that has a bit more to it, hopefully a bit more even in terms of where the teams are at, as Jake Mulcahy looks to flick the ball into his hand from Killmallock, but it's Mark O'Loughlin that picks it up. O'Loughlin tries to find, I don't know whether it was a shot on goal or not, he flicked it anyway, but either way it's come into Gavin Ryan's possession. He finds Brian Timmins. Timmins now launches it long, looking for Aaron Kennedy from Murroe Boher. It's Kennedy on possession, manages to keep it in play and flicks it inside to Mikey Ryan. Ryan now back to Kennedy with a one-handed flick. It's Kennedy has the ball under pressure from Aaron Costello. Kennedy puts it across. It's gone wide. There was a Moreau Borr man in looking to get position, tried to catch it, he couldn't. And it's another missed chance goes away. It was Ross Kennedy who was trying to win the ball from Moreau Borr as the puck comes out again. It's Oisin O'Reilly who wins it. Saw it was gone. It's Oisin from long range. And it's a good score from Oisin O'Reilly. It's 4:27 and Kilmallock continue to tack over the scores with consummate ease as Gavin Ryan gets us underway again. They lead 4:27 to 12 points. 39 points to 12 in favour of Kilmallock as Dylan Sheehan has possession. A low ball in from Dylan Sheehan. And it's Johnny Tobin with possession. Tobin opts to tap it over the bar, and he does so without any relative issue. The atmosphere is dead here at the Gaelic Grounds at this stage. Everyone waiting for the second game. Is 60 minutes on the clock. Hopefully Jason O'Mahony will be blowing his whistle soon. Kilmallock lead 4:27 to 13 points. Put us all out of our misery at this stage. Not only the Murroe Boher team, as Barry Hennessy's puck out is won by Graham Mulcahy. In fact, Brian Timmins gets in to flick the ball away. Derek Kennedy comes away. In fact, he's then dispossessed by Paddy O'Brien. O'Brien has it, but it's Seamus Hickey gets in, and it's Moreau Borr coming away with it. It's Conor Burns who has possession here. He tries to go long, but it's straight down the throat of a Kilmallock man, and yet again it's Aaron Costello with the ball. Costello's got 1 point in the second half. He's going looking for another. Didn't quite get the connection, but it could fall to Robbie Egan. In fact, Brian Timmins does well, and that's the end of that as Jason O'Mahony blows the final whistle here at the end of the first quarter-final, Limerick Senior Hurling Championship quarter-final. Kilmallock have won. They've booked their place in next week's semi-final against the Piershig with a resounding 4:27 at the 13-point victory of Moreau Boher. Matt, we've talked throughout the game about the gulfing class between the two teams. It's a case for Moreau Boher. It's a case for Moreau Boher now to maybe reflect on what has been a positive year for them, coming up from the Premier Intermediate grade after only one season down there. They've got a drubbing today, fine, but it's very much now Kilmallock looking ahead to next weekend and what is a fascinating clash for anyone, any spectator, against the Piershig.
Absolutely, John. They've got a chastening lesson here today, and whilst we did think at the outset, and probably when they came out of the group stage, that they would welcome a challenge of this nature to see exactly where they are. And whilst I would say that in many ways they didn't do themselves justice today, they probably got it tactically wrong at times, particularly in the first half. You would have expected a team coming in as underdogs, with the odds stacked against them, and to be handed the benefit of the breeze in the first half, that they would have hit the ground running, and to try and sow the seeds of some doubt in Kilmallock. But Kilmallock took control of this game, and I think we spoke about it after about 5 minutes into the game, the level of control and the grip that Kilmallock had in the game, and it was a level of control and grip that they didn't relent on right up to the finish. And we can see 4:27 is a phenomenal score. Like John Bruder must be absolutely delighted with the return of 4:27, but he would have much preferred a stiffer challenge, and like they will go away now pretty confident facing the Piershig in the semi-final, in what should be a cracking semi-final. And I suppose Moreau Boher go away and lick their wounds for now, probably reflect on a season that it was a job well done. They consolidated in senior ranks. They were never in danger of going back down into intermediate. But they have an awful lot of work to do to close the gap.
Yes, indeed. The thoughts of Matt O'Callaghan from the Weekly Observer Vale Star. We'll be joined at 3:45 by Kieran Carey for the second of our double header, the game between Patrickswell and South Liberties. Join us then. We'll be back around 3:40 with a preview of the game and all the team